Hello everyone, welcome to a preview of a new game called Gratuitous Space Battles. This is one of the more interesting games coming out this year in my opinion, as it's pretty unique compared to everything else that's out there. As the name suggests, it's about big space battles. If you take games like Master of Orion and Space Empire, pull out the ship design and tactical combat, you end up with a game like Gratuitous Space Battles. And those were always some of the favorite parts of the 4X games to me, is designing your ships and watching them in battle. And now I get a chance to do just that with some very nice graphics and a lot of options. In this preview, we're just going to go through the game and see what it has to offer. I should mention that the game is still in beta, but if you pre-order it, you can download the game and start playing right away. I've been in the beta for a few weeks now, and the game is very playable as it is, and it's constantly evolving, so you're getting new gameplay as it goes on. So in that way, it's kind of like a Moo, the online role-playing games, because those games are released and they're constantly being improved. The first option we have is the battle. This is the single-player campaign that puts you up against an AI. We have a ship design section, which we'll look into when we do a battle. Online is where you set up online access, because any good game nowadays has some sort of multiplayer. You have your options, challenges, I'll go into those later, they're about the multiplayer. Now Fleet HQ we can look at right now. When you win battles during the campaign or multiplayer, you gain honor, and you can spend honor to upgrade and buy new components. So for instance, 1420 honor will get you ultra heavy armor, whereas 8400 honor will get you turbo shields. And then there's the manual and the always fun exit button. Okay, let's get to the fun stuff, the gratuitous space battles. We'll go into the campaign. I should mention that any slowdown you see is due to my recording and not the game engine. It works very smooth and flawless during actual gameplay, but the recording takes its toll since I like to do it at the highest resolution I can. So the way the single player works is there's a campaign for multiple races, so you're just looking at one of the campaigns here. I haven't beaten it yet, so I haven't unlocked the other ones. As you can see, there's a change race button up here. So you would choose a mission. You can do it on several different modes: hard and expert. You have a budgeted amount of money you're allowed to spend. That lets you decide what ships you can deploy and how many. The amount of pilots, which is also a limiting factor, so things like fighters take more pilots, so you can't just flood the whole field with fighters. Which enemy race you're going up against, and the size of the map. So we'll hit deploy the fleet. On the right side you can see the enemy fleet deployment. You don't get any details on the makeup of the ships, but you can get an idea of their sizes. So they're going to have some fighters, some frigates, and maybe one or two cruisers, which are the larger size ships. On the left hand side is your ships. You can see I've designed a bunch of different ships already, but for this battle I'll make a new one. So you can click design a new ship. Let's change the hull type. I'm always a fan of bigger is better, so we'll choose the Tiger Cruiser hull. Give it a name. And then we can start to outfit it. So that usually goes, I usually like to start with the engines. We'll just put a couple engines on there. You need a crew to man all the components. So we'll put a crew module on. You also have to power it. So we'll put a power plant. And as you can see here, these are the values. These are also limits for each ship, so if you add too many components, you may have to put another power generator on. I think I want this ship to be a tank. So we'll give it some armor. At this point, I'll just go ahead and finish off the ship. I have completed the ship. Let's just take a look at what I put on it and why. So I got 2 things of armor. I want it to be pretty well defended against fighters and things like that. I have 3-point defense batteries to take out missiles and the aforementioned fighters. I also have 2 shield generators and a fast shield recharger, so as those shields wear down they can get recharged quickly. And offensively I put a plasma missile launcher and 2 cruiser proton beams. So we'll see how this does when I actually put it in battle. Save it, and you go back. Okay, now it's time to deploy it. Where is the ship? Okay, there it is. You just pull it out in the field. As you can see, the cost is going up in the pilots. I'm just going to deploy as many of these as I can. I could have used other ships. The more ships you deploy, the lower the amount of honor you'll get if you win. So it rewards making it more challenging. Alright, and then we'll put a lead ship on here. And as you can see, I've run out of money. And the next thing to do is give your ships orders. That's rather a complex order system, but I'm going to make it nice and simple for this. I want to select all of these cruisers. Click Add Order. As you can see, there's a number of orders. And I want them to keep in formation. Set the target formation, the lead ship. Hit OK. And now they'll keep this formation on as the lead ship moves towards the enemy. Okay, that looks good. Let's get to the fight. And here we are, the start of our battle. As you can see, the ships will pretty much act on their own. We just sort of sit back and watch how things went. We can speed up the time a little. Since I have big, slow cruisers, this will be very helpful. You can zoom in. You can click around the mini-map as well. As you can see, the point defense batteries were going off against the enemy. They all seem to be concentrating on my lead ship. We can get a little status of it. It's going down pretty quickly, as you can tell. We'll put it to max speed for the purposes of the preview. Well, it's taken a beating. That's what we wanted. As you can see, their ships are starting to take some damage from the cruisers. This guy's taking some punishment, but his shields are holding. One problem my fleet is having is when one of my ships is destroyed, it blows up, and there's an area of effect damage that goes out, and ends up damaging my other ships since I packed them so close together. And I ended up winning, but I only won 173 honor, which is not very good and won't buy me anything. So we can view some statistics about the fight. for each ship. But we'll go back to the main menu. Now the online feature is called Challenges. Here you can look at fleets that people put together and put your own fleet up against them. So we'll show everybody's fleet, and you can see there's a number of challenges and how many attempts there have been and how many victories. So it provides a way to compete against your fellow players without having to be online at the same time or anything like that. This concludes the preview of Gratuitous Space Battles. If you found it interesting, you should go online and check out their website. The pre-order is very affordable and provides a lot of fun.